The phone was still ringing when he opened his eyes. It wasn't the crisp tone of a smartphone. This was deeper, slower, almost ceremonial. A heavy metallic chime that echoed through the room like a church bell at a funeral. He sat up, heart pounding. His bedroom was suffocatingly dark except for a faint glow in the corner. His stomach turned. There, on a small table that hadn't been there before, sat a black rotary phone. Its cord dangled to nowhere, its cracked dial jammed between numbers. The glow around it pulsed like a heartbeat. He didn't own a phone like that. He never had. The ringing stopped. The silence pressed against his ears until a click came from the receiver. He froze. Then breathing, low, guttural, wet. He swallowed hard and whispered, "Hello?" The voice that came through was not human. It gurgled, scraped, like something forcing words through rotting lungs. "I am coming to you." The receiver slipped from his hand, thudding against the floor. The line didn't break. The voice repeated itself, louder, angrier. "I am coming to you. I am coming to you." The air turned foul, reeking of sulfur and burning flesh. He coughed, covering his mouth as black smoke curled along the ceiling. The walls throbbed as though veins ran through them, shadows pulsing like blood. He staggered to the door, gripping the knob with shaking hands. It wouldn't turn. He pulled harder, but the wood felt warm, alive, as if the house itself was holding him prisoner. Then the phone rang again. The sound was unbearable now, drilling into his skull. Against every instinct screaming at him to stop, he bent down, lifted the receiver, and pressed it to his ear. Claws screeched across metal on the other end, a shriek that made bile rise in his throat. Then the voice spoke again. "Look outside your window." His chest tightened. Slowly, trembling, he turned toward the glass. Condensation covered the pane, streaked with something dark and thick. Written in jagged lines across it were the words, "I see you." Behind the glass, a face appeared. Grey skin stretched over bone, lips torn back to reveal blackened gums and teeth like needles. Two red eyes glowed, unblinking, drilling straight into him. He stumbled back, hitting the bed. The phone slipped again from his hand, but the line still carried that faint breathing. The window cracked. One long fissure spread across the glass. Then another. And then, with a scream of shattering, the window exploded inward. Shards sliced his skin, warm blood dripping down his arms. The thing crawled inside, its body bent wrong, spine twisting with each jerking movement. Its limbs were impossibly long, ending in claws that scraped gouges into the floor. Its mouth hung open, skin torn wider than its skull should allow, dripping black saliva onto the carpet. The phone's ring now matched the thudding of his heart, both frantic, unstoppable. It rose to full height, stretching until its head nearly scraped the ceiling. Bones cracked as it straightened. Its eyes glowed brighter, and its grin widened into a cavern of darkness. He screamed as it lunged. The claws punched into his chest, snapping ribs like twigs. His flesh tore open with a wet rip. Blood sprayed the walls, painting them in dripping arcs. He tried to fight, shoving against its chest, but its skin peeled under his touch like rotten fruit. His fingers sank into black pus that oozed thick and hot. It pulled him closer, talons twisting inside him, shredding organs like paper. He coughed blood, choking as red foam bubbled from his lips. His stomach split open, spilling steaming entrails onto the floor in a slick heap. He gagged, eyes wide with horror, as the creature leaned close. The stench of decay burned his nose. Its voice rumbled through its cavernous mouth. "I told you. I am coming to you." With one final jerk, it ripped him in half. His scream was cut short as blood splattered across the ceiling, raining down in a scarlet mist. His body collapsed in two pieces, twitching, until nothing moved but the dripping of gore onto the soaked carpet. The phone went silent. By morning, neighbors swore they had heard a phone ringing all night long, muffled beneath screams. When police forced the door open, they found the walls dripping with blood. The remains of his body were scattered, bones cracked and stacked in patterns no human could explain. His face was still intact, frozen in a scream that would never end. And on the wall, written in thick strokes of his blood, were 3 words. Answer the call. No phone was ever found, but officers reported something they couldn't explain, as they carried the remains outside faintly. From somewhere in the house they all heard it. A phone ringing.